Another worry for drivers in Chicago, auto tariffs. They are supposed to hit next week. Not only could they hit your wallet when buying, but also when getting a repair. Arnold Brennan in the newsroom for us, breaking down the numbers we need to know before we see this really go into effect, Noel.
Marie, the average price of a new car in the U.S. right now is about $49,000. This new tariff is expected to drive that price up. Local dealerships will have to adjust, and so will auto body shops.
Constantly evolving industry, it's always got to keep up.
No business survives 91 years without a rough patch.
Absolutely. Never a slow day here.
Jay Gottfried manages the Erie LaSalle Body Shop in Westtown. The business his grandpa started in 1934.
A lot of old characters there, that's for sure.
The road ahead is about to get rougher for the family business.
It's coming, and it's coming fast.
This is the beginning of Liberation Day in America.
President Trump announced a 25% tariff on cars and car parts imported to the U.S., set to take effect on April 2nd. The White House expects to raise $100 billion in revenue and boost manufacturing in the U.S. But Jay expects the cost of a tariff to trickle down.
The cost of repairs is going to go up, which means the premiums are going to probably start going up for the consumers as well. So obviously it's a snowball effect for all these things.
So how does it feel to be in the car business right now?
You know, dealers are pretty resilient.
Joe McMahon, executive director of the Illinois Automobile Dealers Association, expects car prices to rise.
When you attack the auto industry and you put 25% on that, that's instantly going to drive people out of the market. They're going to hold their vehicles until the tariff is off.
At the body shop, Jay is already dealing with a 10% price hike on materials tied to tariffs.
A lot of parts like abrasives, adhesives, sealers, things like that.
The rough patch is out of his control, but the family business,
here we go,
will ride through it.
One estimate from the Anderson Economic Group says prices could go up by $4,000 to $10,000 for most vehicles and up to $12,000 or more for EVs. Dealerships expect this weekend could be a busy one, too, for people who want to buy before we see the impact of the tariff. Reporting in the newsroom, Noel Brennan, CBS News Chicago. Marie?
Yeah, curious to see if those dealerships see crowds. Thank you, Noel. To put this into perspective for you, President Trump has proposed 20 tariffs in the past 2 months. We know of only 5 that have been enacted, 1 delayed, and 2 dropped. The rest we're still waiting on. The latest auto tariff is set to kick in again next week, unless it gets delayed for some reason. We'll certainly update you if we have any developing news on that.
Begin to.
Hey. So this is how I'm seeing the situation, man. I'm seeing it like, all right, look, he already warns you, say he's going to tariff them, definitely the auto industry. He's already taking money in. And look, I got to play devil's advocate here, but at the same time, I got to explain logic to people. First off, I got me a decent car, G. Look, I'm Honda gang to the death of me, man. Because Honda's what? They're reliable. Everybody know over time the cars was going up. It's like Toyota, Kia, all of them, they're going up. Why? Because they're putting more tech in the cars. They're newer, plus they're reliable and they last longer. So cars are willing. They already know that the value of the cars are going to be sustainable. So what do? They increase the price. And that's just because they want to increase because they know people are going to buy it, right? Now they're forced to basically increase it because of the tariffs. And of course, they say it's going to trickle down. But check it. Look at the bigger game here. How I look at it is that what Trump is trying to do is he hires the tariff up to force the companies that are working outside the U.S. that wants to profit outside the U.S., but they want to take the money from us, United States. So what he does is he tariff them. So then we force you to come in our country and work for us. You work here, you don't get tariffed. So you gotta choose. You're either gonna pay, because you probably getting low labor in whatever country you're going into. So what you do instead is you come to U.S. Yes, you might have to pay a tax in your city, your federal state tax, whatever, but it's much cheaper than paying that 20-25% auto tariff before your city and state hit you with the tax, right? Which gives more jobs to the Americans. That's a win-win. So not only do we force you to come in our country to work, we force you to employ our people while we get out the immigrants that shouldn't be working So now we employ our people with more jobs. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, yes, the car is going to go up. Yes, that's true. The car is going to go up. Why? Because the tariff is there regardless. Like for the people that's coming in, okay, it might be cheaper for the companies that coming in. You got Honda coming to Indiana. You got Hyundai, that one coming to Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? These companies weren't here before, now they're here. What does that mean? That means what Trump is doing is working, and they've already vowed their money and they already put the billions of dollars into it. So there's no reneging on this. You have to do it. So basically, what he's doing, it could be a scare tactic, but he has to go through with it. He has to do the 25%. If anything, he gonna push it back, but that tariff is going into place. It has to, because he's forcing the car dealerships to come into our country, and some of them are already here. Mercedes-Benz, all them they here. So now what? You build it here, you manufacture it here, you get a cheaper tax. So now the company probably got to outweigh the pros and the cons. Okay, how much would I get for this car if I make it in my country and I ship it to the U.S. because that's who's buying the cars? Versus I send all my stuff, play a lump sum right now, and have it built in the U.S. right now, and then they can just buy it within the U.S. Now I can give them cheaper price. The car is going to be cheaper if I make it in the U.S. I have to do it. So the businesses have to make an executive decision. Y'all think they just randomly just like, oh, the tariff is going to come to the U.S. Yes, they made an examination. Okay, it's cheaper for us to go into the country and sell our cars to the American people. I'll put this little bug in y'all ear if y'all don't understand. Our cars, American cars, aren't in China. There's a reason why. They're doing the same thing Trump's doing. Now Trump is basically just isolating them from us. If y'all don't want to come in our country, see, he's making it even easier. China don't let us do that. We can't just build our infrastructure in China and sell to the Chinese people. No, we can't do that. We can't do that in Russia and all that. But we're allowing them to bring their people to our country to serve our people. Yes, it's going to cost more, but we're isolating other countries so they don't profit off our people, because what they're doing is sending cars here, getting all our American money. Remember this too, for people that don't understand, because I know I'm going to get a lot of backlash from this. We're pretty much the only country that can buy cars on credit. Let me explain that for y'all. We're the only country pretty much in the world that can buy cars on credit. So not only are these people sending from different countries their cars into our country to sell us it for a cheap price, we're buying these cars without even having the money for it. Other countries don't do that. Other countries don't allow their people to buy cars without having the money. So not only that, they're taking their cars, sending our country, letting people buy the cars on credit, on finance, while they bring back the full money back to their country. Come on, bro. Do y'all not see it being unfair? Honestly, hey, I'm going to take it on the chin. Whatever price y'all willing to throw to us, I'm going to take it. And then you got to think about this too. Yes, it's going to trickle down. Yes, the car price is going to cost more. But if I go to this guy and I got to get an oil change or whatever, let's do some repair. I need my brakes done. If I go to this guy and leave my brakes done, he's going to give me a price. All right. I either like that price or I don't like that price. Then I'm going to say, I bet. Let me go to this guy and ask him. I either like that price or don't like that price. It's either, now what's going to happen is going to be wars between car companies. Yeah, you're going to increase your price, but you're not going to increase it more than this guy because you're not going to get my service. It's that simple, because I don't have to come to you. So yes, you can go to the news and complain about, yes, the high price is going to be higher, but in reality, I'm going to call you bluff. You're not going to be higher than the next guy, because if he got it cheaper, I'm going to go to him. So now you gotta fight within each other, and that's not my problem no more. Because if you want my service, you want me to spend my $200, $300, $400, $500 at your company for oil change or my brakes redone and rollers, you're gonna have to either lower the price, give me a deal or something. Because if not, then now you're in competition within each other. Yes, it all costs more money, but as the person that wants the work done on his car, I'm going to shop around. I'm not just going to go to one place. And I will say, you think these car companies don't like that people are rushing in for this last week to get these cars because they know the tariff are going up? So in a way, you got to think about it like this, because people don't believe we're running a business here. This is America. This isn't free. Nothing's free. Everything has a return, and someone is paying for something. If you getting something like benefits, link, all that, somebody's giving you that. That is coming from out of someone else's pocket. It's all cycled in. So nothing's free. These car companies, what they're about to do this week, before the tariff hit, is what they're going to do is they're going to give the cars and they're going to stack another price onto that motherfucker. I guarantee they're going to stack another price onto it. Why? Because they know that people are desperate. Right now, people are desperate shopping. They're fearful of something they don't know the numbers of yet, right? Right. So since you're fearful of the numbers, what the car company is going to do, and they're shiesty. I don't believe no car salesman. Don't believe a car salesman. They lie to you until you sign that dot. And then that's between you and the bank, right? So what they're going to do is they're going to sell these cars. Yes, it still might be cheaper than if the tariffs get hit, but what they're going to do is still high price it. They're going to put an extra little tax on there. Yes, they're going to get a lot of money this week because people, they scare by. And not only they scare by, they're not even using their own money. They're using money that is financed, money that is not, that they're going to have to put on a payment plan, which everyone does, right? So it's up to those individuals what y'all want to do. But at the end of the day, y'all got to think about this. A lot of people that is on my YouTube, they assume that this is not a business. This is 100% a business. China runs it like a business. Why are we doing things that other countries aren't doing that is successful at it? We need to do it too. Yes, we might suffer at the end. We might suffer right here in the front, but we're going to win at the end. Because I tell you this, if Trump removes the tax, the income tax, for people, say he said 150K and up and lower. If he moves the tax for those people, it's like the tariff never hit. So that's the objective. Yeah, see, we're playing this game, but we're not understanding what's going on. He needs everything he says to go into effect for the country to be exactly what he says it's going to be. He needs to get the immigrants out that are working under the table, that's working for less. So then gives the jobs back to the Americans. Then he needs to force the people from outside the country to come in and give the American jobs, because there's only Americans here, so you have to give them the work. It might be more to pay them per hour, and they might be unionized, but it's cheaper than bringing it in, getting low layer out there, bringing it in and be taxed on it from the tariff, right? So now you basically make Americans like a membership, basically like, how do I say this? You basically make an America exclusive club. You can't, if you're not American, if you're an immigrant, you get pushed out. If you're American, you get the jobs that we force other auto industries in the country to get. If you want our money, we got to force you in here. You got to work inside of our country and sell to our people. Plus, you got to employ our people. So not only Americans can work for these companies, you have to work. You have to have your company in our country, and then we're gonna take the tax off. We're gonna take the tax off of shit, which is going to, yes, the car might be more expensive, but it balances out. Yes, the car is expensive, but it balances out because you no longer pay tax on your income. You see, but now the infrastructure is different because it's isolated now. Now no one can get in. The security border's up. The manufacturers are in the country already to save money. Plus, you're making more money by not being taxed. See, I think it's logical. But everything has to play. Everything has to go. Everything has to work in order for the world to flourish. Right now, yes, we're going to feel it. But people going to complain regardless. It can rain. Somebody going to complain that it's raining. So however we got to do it. This is the car industry. I'm into it too. I love the car industry. I like looking at cars. I like looking at the prices. I like to do the increases and see what the pros and cons. I've been doing this for years. But if y'all gonna go out there and get a car, make sure y'all still negotiating. Because what's gonna happen, they're gonna play the tough game with y'all. Car companies still gotta meet their quota for the end of the year. They gotta sell them cars. But since they know the price of those cars is gonna increase, they're gonna increase the price at the last minute, knowing that you're desperate and you're gonna buy that car. Don't act desperate. Go in there, okay. Well, I'm not gonna buy this car today, I'm gonna go to here. Push them to make you a good price. You see? And for the women out there, do not go alone. Yes, I'm telling you, I don't like going to car dealerships because they're shiesty. They don't tell you certain things, everything. You gotta, hey, put in your mind, this is a maximum spending. Anything over it, I'm not buying it. Simple as that. Simple as that. Go in there with a pre-approval because they want their pre-approval from them. If y'all don't know, y'all gonna find out. And most car people don't like to tell other people what's going on in the car industry until that person finds out. Now everyone's like, well, you should have asked. Well, you should have told us. Yes. If you're a female, do not go to that car dealership alone. You're like a sheep and they're wolves, and you looking like dinner. You hear me? It's your boy Angelo Savage. Tell me what y'all think in the comment section. Am I wrong about this opinion? I think that I'm right if it comes to the broadest spectrum of the whole thing. That's me. But y'all can tell me if y'all wrong, if I'm wrong in the comment section. And if y'all gonna go get a car this weekend or this week at all, make sure you don't go by yourself if you're a female, or if you're a male, you know what you're looking at and what you're looking for. Make sure you get a fuel efficient car, something that requires low maintenance, because if the tax gonna bring up the price of all the parts, now why would you go get American made? Yeah, go get something like I would say even a Kia. I would go get a Nissan. I would get a Honda, Hyundai, or Hyundai, because I know the parts naturally are cheaper. Naturally, the parts are cheaper on these cars. It's up to y'all. Y'all do what y'all want to do. Make sure y'all tell me in the comment section what y'all want to do. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. It's your boy Angelo So Savage, man. Peace.